Auxiliary force, division. The two persons out front you're looking at are the parade marshal and his assistant, who will be introduced to you momentarily. At appropriate intervals, we give you the opportunity to applaud them and let them know that you are here for them, you're proud of them, and you're here to witness this really significant milestone in their career.
Parade! Order! Arms! Dressings in open order! Roll! Yes! Number 3 man, number 1 just forward, steady. Number 4 man, just back, steady. Number 5 man, just forward, steady. Number 3 man, number 2 just back, steady. Just forward, steady. Number 4 man, number 2 just back. Number 4 man, number 2 just back, steady. Number 5 man, just forward, steady. Number 6 man, just back, steady. Number 7 man, just back, steady. Number 3 man, number 2 just back, steady. Number 4 man, just forward. Steady. Number 5 man, just forward. Number 5 man, number 3 just forward. Number 5 man, number 3 just forward. Steady. Number 9 man, number 2 just back. Steady. Just hold that shit. Steady. Number 1 man, number 4 just back. Steady. Number 2 man, just back. Steady. Number 3 man, just back. Steady. Stand still. Go, front line! Number 2 man, number 1 just forward. Steady. Number 5 man, number 1 just forward. Number 5 man, number 1 just forward. Number 5 man, steady. Number 6 man just forward. Steady. Number 1 man, number 3 just back. Number 1 man, number 2 just back. Steady. More yet. More yet. Pull your right foot back. Pull your right foot back. Steady. Number 2 man, number 4 just forward. More yet. Steady. Number 3 man, just forward. Steady. Number 4. Stand still. Go, center line. Steady. Number 5 man, just forward. Steady. Number 7 man, just forward. Steady. Number 3 man, number 2 man, just back. Steady. Number 5 man, number 2 man, just back. Number 6 man, just back. Steady. Number 1 man, number 3 man, pull your rifle back. More yet. Steady, just back. Steady. Number 3 man, just back. Steady. Number 2 man, number 4 man, just back. Steady. Number 3 man, just back. Steady. Number 6 man, number 2 man, just back. As you were. Number 6 man, just back. Steady. Number 7 man, number 6 man, just back. Number 7 man, number 6 man, just back. Steady. Number 8 man, just back. Steady. Stand still. Go, run. Hop. Oh. Hop. Stand up! Ace! Stand easy!
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed the dressing of the parade. And this, of course, was done by the Assistant Parade Marshal. It is normally done to ensure the graduates are perfectly aligned as they stand on the parade square, anticipating the next set of activities that will be coming up shortly.
We also want to point out to our visitors that the graduation program is accessible by the QR codes, which are placed at conspicuous locations to include the entrance to the various tents and by the refreshment area, which is located to the west of the parade square. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look to your extreme right, depending on where you are, or to the left of the parade, you will see a group of persons making their way out on the parade square, and we're going to now introduce those persons to you.
The parade commander this afternoon is Mr. Dave Foreman, a superintendent of police, acting in the supernumerary capacity.
The officers on parade, Mr. Ted Roy Clark, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Supernumerary, Mr. O'Neill James, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Ms. Latola Knight, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Supernumerary, Mr. Damien, Deputy Superintendent of Police.
Parade! Parade! Chen!
The inspectors on parade are Inspector Randy Price, Supernumerary, Inspector Andre Douglas, Supernumerary, Inspector Indica Mignot, Supernumerary, Inspector Roshane Reader, Supernumerary, and of course the Parade Marshal, Sergeant O'Shane Lennon, is assisted by Sergeant M. Willis, Supernumerary. The Parade Marshal has approached and recorded, or reported rather, on the status of the parade to include the number of persons on parade, their formation, and has handed over the rest of the parade to the parade commander.
The batch is graduating this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We have batch 161, and they commenced their basic training at the Harmon Barracks Training Campus in Kingston on December 9th, 2024. That cohort was led by Deputy Commandant Mr. Michael Cunningham, a Deputy Superintendent of Police, with Training Officer, then Inspector O'Neill James, now Deputy Superintendent, and Group Inspectors Sergeant Rohan Murdoch and Angeline Harris Foreman.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, the parade commander instructs the inspectors to assume their positions on parade, and he will then, his deputies, and of course, followed by he himself taking up position on parade.
Continuing with batch 161, the respective classroom instructors, we have The facilitator for squad number 1, we have Sergeant Javane Newell. At squad number 2, we have Sergeant Patrick Lopez. Squad number 3, Detective Sergeant Ogar Harrison. Squad number 4, Sergeant Nancy Anderson and Ricardo Curry. And at squad number 5, Sergeant O'Shane Magoo and Andre Douglas.
Batch 162 commenced their basic training at the Twickenham Park Training Campus on January 19, 2025. The cohort has greatly benefited from the mentorship and expertise of several highly skilled officers and sub-officers, including Deputy Commandant Mr. Dave Foreman, Deputy Superintendent of Police, the Training Officer Inspector Karen Cumberland, and Group Inspector Detective Sergeant Debion McLean Chin. The instructional staff, Squad 1, Sergeant Devonisha Bryan and Sergeant O'Dane Brown. Squad 2, Sergeant Garfield Thomas and Detective Sergeant Christopher Box. Squad 3, Detective Sergeant Allison Johnson Thomas and Sergeant Kavan Coke. Squad 4, Sergeant Tiona Tomlinson Lennon and Sergeant Roshane Reeder. Squad 5, Detective Sergeant Damian Gonzalez and Corporal Bijan Jones. Squad 6, Detective Sergeant Othniel O'Connor and Corporal Christopher Mason. And Squad 7, Sergeant Orlando Dennis.
We also want to acknowledge the squad commanders here this afternoon. At Squad 1, we have Sergeant Tariq Price, assisted by Corporal Javon Lewis, a supernumerary.
Squad 2, Sergeant Jason McDougall, supernumerary, assisted by Corporal Bijan Jones.
Squad 3, we have Sergeant Antonia Burford, supernumerary, assisted by Corporal Judith Mays, also a supernumerary.
Squad 4, Sergeant Audley Bailey, supernumerary, assisted by Corporal Jarrell Simpson, also a supernumerary.
At squad number 5, we have Sergeant Andrew Reed, a supernumerary, assisted by Corporal Paul Francis, supernumerary.
Squad 6, Sergeant Rajiv Ricketts, supernumerary, assisted by Corporal Tajay Barrett, also a supernumerary.
Squad number 7, we have Sergeant Aisha Douglas, assisted by Corporal Janelle Montague.
Squad 8, Sergeant Omar Robinson, supernumerary, assisted by Corporal Jerome Jones.
Squad number 9, we have Sergeant Andre Clark, a supernumerary, assisted by Corporal Jamelia Dale, also a supernumerary.
Squad 10, Sergeant David Palmer, supernumerary, assisted by Corporal Renito Campbell, also a supernumerary.
Squad 11, we have Sergeant Marcus Mason, assisted by Corporal M. Miller, both operated in the supernumerary capacity.
And at Squad 12, we have Sergeant C. Lewinson, supernumerary, assisted by Corporal T. Anderson, also a supernumerary.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we are awaiting the arrival of our specially invited guests. We want to acknowledge Mr. Merrick Watson, the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of the training branch, as also Mr. Lawrence Ogilvie, Superintendent of Police and Commandant here at the National Police College of Jamaica.
The first whistle, ladies and gentlemen, signifies the arrival of Dr. Kevin Blake, Commander of the Order of Distinction, Justice of the Peace, and Commissioner of Police. Dr. Kevin Blake was appointed Commissioner of Police on March 19, 2024. He holds a Doctor of Philosophy in Sustainable Development from the University of the West Indies, with a specialization in information systems and policing. This robust academic foundation provides him with the analytical insights and strategic vision necessary to navigate and respond effectively to the complex demands of contemporary law enforcement. He's being accompanied or escorted by Mr. Merrick Watson, Assistant Commissioner of Police, in charge of training. He will receive today a sword salute.
And at this time, our commissioner is being escorted to his seat. We await the arrival of our second specially invited guest. While we await the sound of that whistle, we would just like to remind you that we're here to celebrate with 287 members of batches 161 and 162. The second whistle, ladies and gentlemen, we just heard, signal the arrival of Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Order of the Nation, Privy Councillor, Member of Parliament, and Prime Minister of Jamaica. Our Prime Minister was first appointed on October 23rd, 2011. This is actually his second time attending a graduation exercise at the National Police College of Jamaica in this capacity. His first being in 2022. Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness is at this time being escorted by Mr. Merrick Watson, the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Training Branch, and Mr. Lawrence Ogilvie, Superintendent of Police and Commandant here at the National Police College of Jamaica. Today he will receive a general salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
Parade! General salute! Present! Parade! Shoulder! Parade! Order!
The parade commander.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Has just approached and reported on the status of the parade, and in the same breath invited the Prime Minister and the team to review the parade. You will also see two gentlemen marching steadily in front of the reviewing party. Those persons operated as the car door openers a while ago. They are Corporal Tavani Price and Navon McPherson. And they are now transitioning into a new role, the escorts to the reviewing party.
Today, the reviewing party is, of course, being led by Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, our Prime Minister, and he's accompanied by Mr. Merrick Watson, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of the training branch. Mr. Merrick Watson is also accompanied by Mr. Lawrence Gilvey, Superintendent of Police and Commandant, as also Mr. Dave Foreman, a Superintendent of Police in the supernumerary capacity and Parade Commander.
As the party reviews the parade, the Prime Minister during his review may at any time stop and interact with the proud graduates standing here today.
And he just made his first stop and had a brief interaction with one of the graduates.
This moment, I remember it being a very tense moment, one that you want to make sure that you are perfectly positioned as you were taught throughout your training. I am sure that all members on parade now are making sure that their rifles are properly tucked to the side, their shoulders are rolled back, and they're looking square to the front with a very neutral expression, but bubbling up with pride. We noticed that the delegate has stopped again to have a brief interaction with another member of parade. A moment I'm sure will be remembered for all the years to come.
And ladies and gentlemen, while the reviewing party continues, we would like to take this opportunity to provide some updates on some things that have been happening, of course, in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, as well as here at the National Police College of Jamaica. I'm sure many of us remember being recently impacted by Hurricane Melissa, and while we continue to steadily improve, there are some things that the JCF has been doing that we'd like to update you on this afternoon. The Jamaica Constabulary Force continues to perform a pivotal role, which expresses, of course, a steady progression and institutional strengthening, which is marked by measurable gains, which results in public safety and operational effectiveness. The JCF recently established the JCF Care project, which of course speaks to the children, advocacy, restore, and empowerment.
Again, the reviewing party has made a stop and they're exchanging words. Now, we don't know these words, but I am sure they will be remembered by the person so favored to have a brief encounter with the Prime Minister.
When our Commissioner of Police spoke about the JCF Care, he articulated that, of course, these initiatives respond to what is truly needed to help affected communities in Jamaica as we continue to navigate the bittersweet realities of the festive season, which is often marked by loss, grief, and hardship.
This approach, and the team has again stopped. And I think this is one of the most interactive reviews we've seen. And
Indeed.
We are really observing and we're feeling proud for persons who are now experiencing this moment. This approach underscores the force's growing recognition that public safety is inseparable from emotional well-being and community healing. Another stop by the reviewing party. And if you notice that the escorts to the reviewing party, they are also, by some miraculous method, understanding when the reviewing party has stopped, and they themselves observe that motion by stopping the forward motion that they are executing.
A little more about the JCF care. And of course, it reflects a policing philosophy that acknowledges the emotional complexity, the compassion, the restoration as essential pillars of modern policing. For today's graduates, this continues to serve as a reminder that effective police demands both strength and empathy.
Yet again, the dialogue is being had between the Prime Minister and members so proudly decked in their uniform, holding the position of attention, rifle in arms.
Another notably important engagement that we have been interacting with and have been sharing with members of the public has to do with the fact that Jamaica has recorded fewer than 700 murders, and this is something that we want to acknowledge as a force, as the Jamaica Constabulary Force continues to ensure that we engage sustainable approaches to impact intelligence-led policing and strengthen our interagency approaches as we continue to police this nation.
This milestone underscores the force's renewed focus on prevention, strategic development, and accountability, while reinforcing public confidence in law enforcement's ability to respond decisively to crime and violence. Central to these advancements in the Jamaica Constabulary Force's deliberate investment in training and professional development through the National Police College of Jamaica and specialized development programs, officers at all levels are being equipped with contemporary skills in leadership, ethics, technology, and community-based policing. Again, the reviewing team has made a stop central of the parade. For those of you who might not be able to identify the rank structure, they are in the midsection, which is the center rank of the formation there on the drill square. I'm sure you are both impressed and wondering how the men and women are able to stand so perfectly still in this broiling sun. But this is something that they've been doing for pretty much a year, and it is almost second nature to be this disciplined under conditions like these.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that the things that have been happening within the Jamaica Constabulary Force is not by chance, but of course through the National Police College of Jamaica, where you are today. We continue to engage with specialized developmental programs to ensure that the officers are being equipped with contemporary skills in leadership, as well as ethics, technology, and community-based policing. The continuous shift towards a competency-based approach is internationally aligned, and it is supported by accreditation efforts, both locally and internationally, to ensure that the continuous assessments that are utilized at the NPCJ does not only prepare members to operate operationally, but also to be adaptive, ethical, service-oriented, and to deliver the highest quality of service to the people of Jamaica.
Again, the reviewing party has made another stop to the far right of the parade. There are some key features that the National Police College of Jamaica features, and will be now emphasizing these. This has to do with the competency-based training model. One of such features is the performance-focused learning. Training is organized around clearly defined competencies that mirror the core functions and responsibilities of the police officer. Each module establishes measurable standards that trainees must achieve to demonstrate operational competence.
The NPCJ also employs integrated learning methods, ongoing evidence-based assessment, emphasis on ethics and professional conduct, as well as flexibility and career-long development. At present, we can see the reviewing party being escorted to the Jamaica Constabulary Force Band.
Today, we're also witnessing a change in command for the Jamaica Constabulary Force Band Division. Mr. Heston Booth, Deputy Superintendent of Police, is the new commander.
The newly appointed band master is Assistant Superintendent of Police Andrew Comrie, and he is a distinguished public servant, an educator, an accomplished musician, and one whose career exemplifies discipline, leadership, and service to national development. He holds advanced qualifications in national security and strategic studies, music education, as also an honors degree in music performance. He enlisted the Island Special Constabulary Force in 2009 and later transitioned to the Jamaica Constabulary Force and has been serving at the Band Division. ASP Comrie continues to make significant contributions through instruction, mentorship, and performance development.
His impact extends beyond the band. He's also played a vital role in cadet training and community-based social intervention programs, using music and structured discipline as powerful tools for youth development and social transformation.
I'm sure the members of the band are extremely proud to be led by ASP Comrie, one who was playing amongst them not so long ago and has now been appointed band master.
A very versatile group of persons. You will see them representing the organization on different platforms, both locally and internationally. I'm aware that at some point they were doing recording as well, so you might just be able to enjoy albums being produced by the Constabulary Force Band.
And of course, the melodious music we have been hearing all afternoon, of course, the Jamaica Constabulary Force Band. Please put your hands together for the band. The inspection of the band is now complete, and the reviewing party will be returning to their previous positions. We can expect to see the parade commander taking charge of the parade once more as we continue with the remaining activities.
Like he did in the beginning, the parade commander will pause, seek and receive permission from the Prime Minister to continue with the remaining portions of the parade. Just want to remind you, our awesome audience, that as activities get more interesting on the parade, you will be tempted to reposition yourselves so that you can capture the events. Please be mindful that there are persons next to you and around you seated and would love to enjoy the same view. So please keep that in mind.
Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness will be returning to the saluting dais, and the parade will, of course, march past in slow and quick time.
Dressing and close order. Roll. Dress. Stand still. The parade. Hard. Eyes. Hunt. Parade. Shoulder. Up. Parade well. March past in slow and quick time. Move to the right in threes. Roll. Done. Order! Dressing in open order. Roll! Dress! Number 3 man, number 1 squad, just forward. Steady. Number 6 man, number 1 squad, just back. Steady, just forward. Steady. Number 7 man, just back. Steady. Number 9 man, just back. Steady. Number 1 man, number 2 squad, just back. Just forward. Steady. Number 4 man, number 2 squad, just forward. Steady. Just back. Steady. Number 6 man, number 3 squad, just forward. Steady. Just back. Steady. Number 8 man, number 2 squad, just back. Number 8 man, number 2 squad, just back. Just forward and shield. Steady. Number 9 man, just back. Steady. Number 5 man, number 6 squad, just back. Steady. Stand still. The front rank. Number 3 man, just forward. Steady. Number 6 man, just forward. Steady. Number 7 man, just back. That man, just forward. Steady. Number 2 man, number 2 squad, just back. Squad, just back. Steady. Just forward. Steady. Number 4 man, number 3 squad, just back. Steady. Number 5 man, just back. Steady. Stand still. And right. Number 2 man, number 1 squad, just forward. Steady. Number 5 man, just forward. Steady. Number 2 man, number 2 squad, just forward. Steady. Number 7 man, number 2 squad, just forward. Steady. Just back. Steady. And just forward. Steady. Number 9 man, just back. Steady. Number 3 man, number 3 squad, just back. Steady. Number 5 man, number 3 squad, just back. Steady. Number 7 man, number 3 squad, just back. Steady. Stand still. The rock. Hold. Oh! Hunt. Party. Right and left. Turn. Party by the center. Quick. Move.
The parade commander and his team is now exiting the parade while we await the cheer squad. I always love to point out that here at the National Police College, we have a drill for every activity, and it will be demonstrated here today. The parade commander has taken his team to the rear of the parade. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to observe closely as the junior constables of batch 165 present a display of exceptional coordination. an outcome of meticulous preparation and the steadfast dedication of each participant. Their demonstration of discipline and precision embodies the very essence of effective policing. At the highest expression, the cohesion and synchronization on display today are far more than ceremonial. They serve as compelling evidence of the rigorous training, collective discipline, and steadfast commitment that define the law enforcement profession.
Now, they're not only assisting the members of batches 161 and 162 to be seated for the second phase of their exercise, but it is also practice for them, of course, as in very short order, they will be the ones standing on the parade square for their graduation, and of course, the junior constables in training then will also be assisting to ensure that their graduation exercise is executed seamlessly. As we observe them making their way onto the parade square, each movement, each step reflects the unwavering dedication. They too have rehearsed as much as the graduates. They had to ensure they get it right and ensure that everyone is given a seat on this parade square this afternoon.
I know you might not know them personally, but put your hands together for them and let them know that you appreciate their involvement in this very memorable occasion. As you observe them in motion, take a moment to appreciate the rhythm of their steps, the harmony of their coordination, and the pride evident in every movement. Look at them. Come on, keep the applause going. The presentation is not merely about precision, it speaks to passion, unity, and the sharp purpose, or shared purpose rather. Behind each uniform stands a dedicated individual fully committed to a greater mission, moving in seamless synchronization and safeguard our communities they will do. It is truly a remarkable spectacle, a dynamic expression of teamwork, discipline, and the enduring spirit of excellence that defines policing as at its finest. Put your hands together one more time for them as they leave the drill square.
Now, my colleague said earlier that we have a drill for everything here at the NPCJ. We saw the members of batch 165 demonstrating just now, through drill, how they can assist the members of batches 161 and 162. And now look at the members of batches 161 and 162.
Right into motion, seamlessly taking their seats in fine style. This is called the wave. I don't hear any applause, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now transition to the second phase of our graduation exercise. Coming forward with the welcome and acknowledgements, we invite Mr. Merrick Watson, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Training Branch and Director of the National Police College of Jamaica.
Thank you very much, Masters of Ceremony. Honorable guests, special invitees, ladies and gentlemen present at the Twickenham Park campus of the National Police College of Jamaica, and those present on the virtual platform. It gives me great pleasure to extend to you a warm welcome to the Pass Note Parade of batches 161 and 162. I would like to acknowledge the presence of and extend a warm NPCJ welcome to our esteemed Prime Minister and Minister of Defense, Dr. the Honorable Andrew Holness. Honorable PM, we know you have a very heavy schedule,
and we are very elated that you were able to carve out some time to be with us this afternoon. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Kevin Blake, Commissioner of Police and Leader Extraordinaire. Mr. Claude Hamilton, representing the Mayor of Spanish Town. I also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Andrew Lewis, Deputy Commissioner of Police with responsibility for the administration and support services portfolio, and this is a portfolio with responsibility for the National Police College of Jamaica. Mr. Clifford Blake, Deputy Commissioner of Police with responsibility for the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau. Mr. Richard Stewart, Deputy Commissioner of Police with responsibility for the Crime and Security portfolio. Dr. Gary Boudou Fletcher, Chaplain to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Other members of the Executive Management Board of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Colleagues from the respective formations across the length and breadth of Jamaica. Ms. Lygia Martin, Director of the Carl Rattray Staff College, representing the Commissioner of the Department of Correctional Services. Sergeant Arlene McBean, Chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation, and other members of the executive. Mr. Damian Price, Chairman of the District Constables Association. The amazing faculty and staff of the National Police College of Jamaica, and a contingent from the Tranquility Bay community in Treasure Beach, led by Mrs. Tamisha Dyke-Jones. Distinguished guests, proud families, esteemed colleagues, and most importantly, batches 161 and 162, welcome one and all, and I trust that you will enjoy the afternoon's proceedings. To the graduating class, today is not simply the end of basic training. It is the beginning of responsibility. For 1 year, you were shaped by instructors in law, police procedures, and discipline. You were further shaped by exposure to real policing environments where theory met reality and character was tested. The theme, Shape Your Future, Secure Your Nation, places responsibility squarely in your hands. Every decision you make from this point forward shapes your future as a police officer. At the same time, your conduct shapes public confidence and strengthens national security. That is the weight and the privilege of this profession. You now carry authority. Use it wisely. You wear a uniform that represents fairness, service, and accountability. Uphold it with humility. Let your actions reflect the values you were taught, especially when no one is watching and when pressure is highest. The nation does not need perfect officers. It requires principled ones. Officers who know the law, respect people, and act with courage and restraint. Graduates, step forward with confidence, serve with discipline, lead with integrity. In doing so, you will shape your future and secure your nation. Congratulations to you all.
I want to say thanks to Mr. Merrick Watson, Assistant Commissioner of Police, for leaving with us those very inspiring words and encouragement.
We also want to acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Mistress Iselin Golding, the Custos of St. Catherine, who is here with us. Also, Mr. Pernell Charles Jr., who is joining with us this afternoon, and of course, He is from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
Next, we have our valedictory address, and the valedictorians are number 26277, Constable Julia Kanai, and that person is of batch 161, and number 26341, Constable Bryce Gay of batch 162.
Constable Julia Kanai hails from Savannah-Lamar in Westmoreland, and she attended the Frome Technical High School, then the University of Technology, where she pursued a Bachelor of Law degree. There she also served as the president of Campus Carols, a Christian-based club that serves the university. Her hobbies include reading and spending time with her family. Her guiding philosophy is influenced by the Indian ethicist Mahatma Gandhi, which states, "Be the change you want to see."
Constable Bryce Gay hails from Port Antonio, Portland, and he attended the Titchfield High School. He then served at the Port Antonio Police Station as a data entry clerk. In basic training, he engaged in ceremonial and extracurricular activities, which led to him being awarded Best Speaker for the Inter-Squad Debate competition. His hobbies include reading, watching movies, and engaging in geopolitical research and discussions. His guiding philosophy are words he heard from his mother, Mrs. Wendell Thompson Gay, which states, "Be a leader, not a follower."
And Mistress Wendell Thompson Gay says, "Present, I am here. I heard you, mother." Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you Constables Julia Kanai and Bryce Gay.
Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. Dr. Kevin Blake, Commissioner of Police, Deputy Commissioners of Police, Mr. Andrew Lewis, Mr. Clifford Blake, Mr. Richard Stewart, Mrs. Karina Powellhood, and Mr. Warren Clark. Mr. Merrick Watson, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Training Branch and Director of the National Police College of Jamaica. Other gazetted officers, all rank and file members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, distinguished guests, family, friends, and well-wishers, persons viewing on social media platforms, and to my fellow graduates of batches 161 and 162, good evening to you all. It is with great pleasure that we welcome you to the graduation ceremony of batches 161 and 162. I am Trainee Constable Bryce Gay and
Trainee Constable Julia Kanai.
We stand before you with deep pride as we arrive at the closure of one chapter and the beginning of a new and promising phase in our professional lives. We are sincerely honored to serve as your valedictorians on this cherished occasion.
The great philosopher Aristotle once said, "Excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution." This quote stands as a testimony not only for myself, but for every member of batches 161 and 162. We accepted the call to service with the understanding that we had to be intentional in our efforts to achieve professional excellence. Training required us to adapt, adjust, commit, change attitudes and behavior. Today, we can confidently say our sincere efforts and sacrifices has led us to this momentous occasion in demonstrating excellence in our execution. We pause to say thanks to Almighty God for giving us the strength, protection, grace and tenacity which has aided us in making it thus far. Let there be no doubt, our journey was never easy. It was filled with challenges and obstacles that tested our will and character and laid the foundation and strengthened our resilience.
Batch 161, consisting of 130 trainees, commenced training on December 8, 2025, at the Tranquility Bay Training Campus in Treasure Beach, St. Elizabeth. While Batch 162, consisting of 172 trainees, commenced training at the Twickenham Park Training Campus in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on January 19th, 2025.
Our journey to training was mixed with excitement and anxiety, yet filled the air with nervousness. The moment we all anticipated had arrived. We embarked on this odyssey filled with uncertainty, but we were prepared to challenge ourselves to overcome the complexities of training. The receipt on arrival outlined the standards expected of us, that of discipline, professionalism, and professionalism. Change was inevitable. It required us to adapt and conform to the new norms of our environment. No longer were we in the solace of our residence. Familiarity gave way to order and precision. Words such as fall in, muster, double caused some members to become discombobulated. However, there was no room for complacency. We had to adapt quickly to the expectations of the training environment. Our days began at the crack of dawn with us preparing for muster and inspection, followed by rigorous physical training and drill sessions. While some members were able to adapt quickly to the rigors of physical training and their surroundings, others were not so fortunate. The physical training tested us in unforgettable ways. However, with the aid of our instructors, medical staff, and the passage of time, our bodies began to transform and our physical and mental strength steadily improved.
Now, if you thought PT was challenging, drill proved even more complicated and technical. It required greater focus and precision. Some of us were unable to distinguish between left and right. Right, Jamai and Andre. Precision drilling required constant correction, high levels of focus, and demanded unity. Left, right, more heels and more passion echoed across the parade grounds, while at times, some of us were doing the complete opposite. At the time, we wondered if our heels could lift any higher, but today, we understand the lessons. These words taught us discipline, timing, and the significance of synchronicity of movement. What once challenged us is now being demonstrated with pride today. Just look at us now. Looking in, looking out, and we're looking even better. Whilst physical training and drill instilled discipline and aided in our transformation, our truest tests presented themselves in the classroom. Learning the laws and procedures was paramount in our development as emerging police officers. Our classroom sessions were led by excellent facilitators who invested countless hours introducing us to the laws, police procedures, and the policies of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The demanding, newly accredited curriculum sharpened our critical thinking, risk assessment, problem solving, and investigative skills. Our ethical standards and emotional intelligence were developed to ensure we are not only effective police officers, but also responsible leaders capable of advancing the mission and strategic priorities of this noble institution. Our initial training lasted 1 year, during which we learned some valuable lessons and gained real-life experiences. Some of them were simply unforgettable.
For Batch 161, April 15th, 2025, it marked a painful turning point with the sudden passing of our brother, Desmond Thompson. The second was the night of our painful lantern crawl, a moment when our physical and mental fortitudes were pushed beyond measure. It was there that we truly understood the meaning of the term esprit de corps. Each member is a link in a chain, and the chain is as strong as its weakest link, which taught us the true meaning of teamwork. This prepared us for any eventualities.
How could we ever forget the moment we felt the very breath leaving our bodies during our encounter with the tear gas at Green Bay? In those moments, we learned that there is no I in team. This journey reshaped us, guided by discipline, tested through sacrifice, and elevated by a shared experience. After months of preparation by our instructors and staff, we answered national calls of duty. We were deployed during the general election on September 3rd, 2025, and later in response to Hurricane Melissa. These were not routine assignments. They were real tests of our readiness and resolve. Hurricane Melissa, in particular, revealed resilience in its purest form and reinforced our responsibility to stand firm when the nation needed us most. Through these experiences, we saw clearly that our training was deliberately designed to test endurance, judgment, and commitment, especially when conditions are unforgiving and solutions seem almost distant.
As the year drew to a close, duty once again called. During the Yuletide season, we were deployed across the Kingston metropolitan area to bolster effective police presence during the festive period. It was a trying time, and many of us were separated from our families during a season traditionally recognized for togetherness. Yet, we understood that sacrifice is inherent to service. Protecting the citizens of our country, it is not seasonal, and the solemn oath we took demands commitment beyond personal comfort. Today marks more than the completion of basic training. It signifies us emerging as defenders of justice, champions of peace, and bearers of a proud legacy of service. As we move forward, let us remember that the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Perseverance was paramount because excellence was demanded at every step. Our bodies were strengthened, our minds sharpened, and our resolve firmly established. We now stand prepared to face the realities of policing in Jamaica, equipped with the knowledge, skills, competencies, and mindset required to serve with pride, integrity, and unwavering dedication. So yes, we're going to hold up with chin, we're going to look bossy, and declare like Paul did in 2 Timothy 4, verses 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
Today, as the newest members to be called constables of the JCF, we give all thanks and praise to Almighty God for the strength, protection, and grace that sustained us thus far. To our families, we are deeply grateful for your prayers, your sacrifices, and your unwavering dedication and belief in us. To our instructors, we thank you for the wisdom, discipline, and guidance that shaped us into professionals. To the kitchen staff, we express sincere appreciation for the care, nourishment, and quiet dedication that supported us day after day because, as we all know, mess hall is the best hall.
And to our devoted well-wishers, thank you for the encouragement and support that has carried us to this proud moment.
Batches 161 and 162, we stand now and always as ambassadors ready to shape and secure our nation's future. Move forward with purpose, strive relentlessly for excellence, and make Jamaica secure, cohesive, and just. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you.
Put your hands together for our valedictorians on delivering a truly compelling and uplifting address. We want to assure them that their delivery was eloquent and it, of course, captured the essence of the basic training activities that they participated in throughout. Put your hands together for them once more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the presentations of the basic training certificates. These will be presented by Mr. Lawrence Ogilvie, Superintendent of Police and Commandant, and these will be collected by the respective class captains representing Batch 161. These captains are number 26156, Constable Alicia Bennett.
At squad number 2, we have number 26228, Constable Renardo Mowat.
Squad 3, number 26198, Constable Ariel Grant.
Squad 4, number 26201, Constable David Eath.
And at Squad 5, number 26183, Constable Andre Downer. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class captains, squads 1 to 5 of batch 161.
The class captains here at the National Police College of Jamaica play a very pivotal role in maintaining order, discipline, and cohesion within their respective squads.
They serve as the primary liaison between instructors, command staff, and class members, ensuring that instructions, policies, and expectations are clearly communicated and adhered to.
They're also responsible for monitoring attendance, punctuality, and general conduct, promptly addressing minor issues, and of course, escalating those matters that need to be brought to the attention of their squad instructors. A round of applause once more for the members of Batch 161 representing their squads. And representing Batch 162 at squad number 1, we have 26302, Constable Javon Francis.
Squad number 2, 26318, Constable Javine Brown.
At squad number 3, number 26351, Constable Sanjay MacDonald.
Number 4, number 26377, Constable Jamelia Lewis.
Squad number 5, number 26391, Constable Danrick Bailey.
Squad number 6, number 26416, Constable Kareem White.
And at squad number 7, number 26434, Constable Dante Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class captains of squads 1 to 7 of batch 162. In addition to the responsibilities we shared earlier, the class captains are also responsible for fostering teamwork, morale, encouraging mutual respect, accountability, and collective responsibility among all trainees.
Additionally, class captains assist in according or coordinating administrative requirements, parades. They also are actively involved in class activities to support the smooth execution of the training program at all levels.
Importantly, through leadership by example, they are expected to model professionalism, integrity, commitment, while of course reinforcing the standards and values of the policing profession, even as students.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the class captains of batch 162.
We will now have the presentation of the individual awards, and there are 4 areas that we'll be recognizing. The first being Best Marksmanship Principles,
Second, highest mark obtained.
Best Leadership Qualities,
And finally, best all-round performance.
The first award is being presented for the category Best Marksmanship Principles, and this will be collected by the following student constables. We have number 26228, Constable Renardo Mowat of batch 161, and number 26287, Constable Tyrese Bailey of batch 162. These awards will also be presented by Mr. Lawrence Ogilvie, Superintendent of Police and Commandant at the Faculty of Initial and Probationary Training.
Constable Mort is from Red Hills, St. Andrew, and he attended the St. Mary's College, then the University of Technology, where he pursued a Bachelor's of Education degree in Business and Computer Studies with a major in Information Technology. He also served the Jamaica Combined Cadet Force and is a devoted Christian. His hobbies include listening to music, playing musical instruments such as the guitar and the drum, reading and sporting activities. His guiding philosophy is influenced by the Indian philosopher Dalai Lama the 14th, and it states, "If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito."
Constable Tyrese Bailey is from Port Morant in St. Thomas, and he attended the Morant Bay High School, where he obtained 13 CSEC and CAPE subjects combined. He then obtained a bachelor's degree in business administration from Hartrust and later gained valuable experience at the Department of Correctional Services, where he served as a firearms and search instructor. His hobbies include sports, gaming, and spending time with his family. His personal philosophy states, "Your life is like a game. The best player always wins." Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Constables Renardo Mowat and Tyrese Bailey. The constables selected for the award of Best Marksmanship Principles must continuously and consistently exhibit superior proficiency in the operations, maintenance, and handling of all weapon systems they have been trained to use by the Department of Weapons and Tactical Training. Best Marksmanship Principles. Put your hands together for them once more. The second award will be presented for the category of Highest Mark Obtained on Course. And this will be presented by Mr. Merrick Watson, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of the training branch. The recipients of this award are number 26250, Constable Angelique Stedman of batch 161, and number 26425, Constable Carisha Williams of batch 162. Constable Angelique Stedman is from Colonel's Ridge, Clarendon, and she attended the Carteret College where she obtained 9 CSEC subjects. Her hobbies include reading, going on adventures, and spending time with her family. She's guided by the popular Christian quote, which states, "With Christ in the vessel, I can smile at the storm." She obtained an average of 83.10%.
Constable Carisha Williams is from Bogwalk in St. Catherine, and she attended the St. Catherine High, then the Enid Bennett High School, where she obtained 11 CSEC and Cape subjects combined. She then worked at the Enid Bennett High School as an administrative assistant while being involved in various community outreach programs before enlisting in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Her hobbies include reading, listening to music, attending church, and spending quality time with family. She is guided by the popular quote, "If you believe it, you can achieve it." She obtained an average of 86.47%. Ladies and gentlemen, Constables Angelique Stedman and Carisha Williams.
The constables achieving the highest overall score on course has demonstrated exceptional mastery and proficiency across all academic dimensions of the basic training program.
I am proud to announce and to bring to your mind that the persons receiving these awards are both females, and my colleague here, I'm sure she's bubbling with joy to see that, come on, go ahead and give them a round of applause, to see that these persons or the recipients are representing the female gender this time around.
Highest mark obtained on course. The third award will be presented for the category of Best Leadership Qualities, and this will be presented by our Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake. The recipients of this award are number 26201, Constable David Eath of Batch 161, and number 26287, Constable Tyrese Bailey of Batch 162. Constable David Eath is from Spanish Town in St. Catherine, and he attended the Jamaica College where he obtained 16 CSEC and Cape subjects combined. He has a strong community spirit and played football with the Spanish Town Football Club for over 5 years. His hobbies include football, reading, singing, and gaming. He's guided by the philosophy, "In the middle of difficulties lies opportunities," a popular quote from Albert Einstein. Constable Tyrese Bailey was previously introduced for the category of Best Marksmanship Principles. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Constables David Eath and Tyrese Bailey.
The constables recognized for exhibiting exemplary leadership qualities embodies a range of exceptional attributes, including self-awareness, respect, empathy, strategic vision, learning agility, courage, and resilience.
Best leadership qualities, a round of applause for them. The fourth and the final award will be presented for the category of Best All-Round Performance. And this will be presented by Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. The recipients for this award are number 26272, Constable Chang Wilson, and number 26351, Constable Sanjay MacDonald. Constable Chang Wilson is from Port Morin, St. Catherine, and he attended the Camperdown High School, where he served as a student council representative and was awarded Most Disciplined. He also participated in cricket, judo, and school challenge quiz. His hobbies include playing games and sports. His philosophy is influenced by German philosopher Albert Einstein, which states, "A person who never made a mistake, rather never tried anything new."
Constable Sanjay MacDonald is from Old Harbour and in the parish of St. Catherine. He attended the Garvin Masio High School, then the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Cadet Academy here at the National Police College of Jamaica. And I hear his colleagues making sure that he knows they're there. He majored in music, stage 3, from the Associated Board of the Royal School of Music based in England. His hobbies include playing football, athletics, and spending time with family. He has adopted the Cadet Academy's motto, which reads, "Driven by excellence, determined to be successful." Ladies and gentlemen, Constables Chang Wilson and Sanjay MacDonald.
We want to at this time acknowledge Inspector Tanisha Johnson, Principal of the Cadet Academy. She's out with her cadets. They're all neatly decked in their blue and white, and they're, of course, standing as one of the past cadets is being awarded. Put your hands together for the Cadet Academy. We also want to acknowledge ASP Comrie, as he is the tutor for all our students who have completed their music training. Put your hands together also for ASP Comrie. The Best All-Round Award is conferred on the constables who have consistently demonstrated exemplary performance across all facets of the basic training program. Best All-Round Performers. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, we'll be having a very special moment. We'll be hearing from our keynote speaker, and he is Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica, and he will be coming to address us at this time.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Detective Sergeant Shermaine Hassock, and the Sergeant Selvin Smith, and Pastor Dr. Gary Boudou Fletcher, Force Chaplain for the Invocation. Allow me to acknowledge a long list of officials. The Honorable Pernell Charles Jr., Minister of Labor and Social Security. Dr. Kevin Blake, your Commissioner of Police. Please. Deputy Commissioners of Police, Mr. Merrick Watson, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of training and Director of the National Police College, Councillor Claude Hamilton, representing the Mayor of Spanish Town, the Honorable Iselin Golding, Custos Rotolorum of St. Catherine, officers and other members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, members of private and public sector entities, and of course, graduates of batch 161 and 162, and your families and well-wishers gathered, representatives of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks a milestone not only in your lives, but in the life of our nation. You stand here at attention in uniform as the newest ambassadors of law, order, and public trust. You have chosen a path that demands courage, discipline, integrity, and service above self. It is a noble commitment, and Jamaica thanks you. Your graduation comes at a pivotal moment. It is no secret that Jamaica has had its security challenges: violence, organized criminal networks, cybercrime, and general public disorder, now compounded by the demands of post-disaster recovery. But we are not the Jamaica of old. And that is not just because we have achieved such a sustained and significant reduction in violence over recent years. It is because we have invested heavily in you, the members of the JCF. Underlying that success is a deeper truth that the state, especially its institutions, have become stronger, more disciplined, more united in purpose, and with a clear determination to build a safe and secure society. Every institution in Jamaica, and indeed exemplified by the JCF, is going through a process of reform. I use a better word. Every institution in Jamaica is going through a process of transformation. Indeed, Jamaica, exemplified once again by the JCF, is modernizing. And the JCF stands at the center of this national transformation. A modern Jamaica requires a modern constabulary. That is why your training has been different from any generation before you. You represent a new standard, one that embraces innovation, embraces technology, and embraces the principle that policing is not only about enforcing the law, it is about earning legitimacy, honoring rights, solving problems, and earning the trust of every community in which you will serve. You are only the second cohort trained under the new competency-based training curriculum, a major reform that shifts policing from a largely technical craft to a fully professionalized discipline. The curriculum is student-centered and built around the competencies required of an officer in a modern democracy: critical thinking, conflict de-escalation, ethical reasoning, human rights, community partnership, and intelligent use of digital tools. Policing today cannot rely solely on command presence or traditional tactics. It demands nuanced situational analysis. It demands that officers ask not only what is the problem, but they should also ask, why is the problem happening here to these people under these circumstances, these conditions? And they should be proactive, demonstrating leadership in asking, and how do we fix it together? These are the questions, the leadership, the principles that we expect from our modern police institution. You have been trained to think, to assess, to analyze, to innovate, and to adapt. You have been equipped with the skills required to manage the complexities of 21st century law enforcement. You have also been exposed to blending learning models that use digital tools, scenario-based simulations, online modules, and interactive teaching techniques. This supports the JCF's strategic priority of improving efficiency through technology. Technology is no longer an optional tool in policing. It is fundamental to crime fighting, intelligence gathering, and community engagement. You are entering a force where Jamaica Eye Analytics, body-worn cameras, and I want to emphasize here that the JCF embraces wholeheartedly the use of body-worn cameras. The leadership of the JCF has been very proactive in securing the best technological platform and ecosystem to support the full deployment of body-worn cameras. But the JCF, like all other public bodies, are subject to the rules and regulations that guide how we procure this well-needed equipment. And so they have already secured, by my last check, 1,000 or so cameras, and others are in procurement. The government will supply the necessary budget to ensure that all formations that require the use of body-worn cameras are so equipped. So I make this announcement here in the hopes that the public concerns that have been expressed in various media and in various quarters can be allayed. It is the intention of the government to provide the security forces with all equipment that they need to ensure that their policing is transparent and that there is a process of capturing data, capturing their interaction to make it evidentiary and to make it prosecutable so that we can ensure that there is confidence and trust in the actions of the police. Technology, as I was saying, is no longer optional. It is fundamental. And that is why we are investing in Jamaica Eye. We are investing in body-worn cameras. We are investing in equipment to assist the police in digital case management. And we are using data to drive intelligence-based policing. And this will include the acquisition of several C5 centers, one of which we are well down the road to installing and implementing in our police force. Once that is installed, the C5 center, you will see even greater reduction, but more than that, sustainable reduction in crime. So I want it to be clear that yes, we have invested heavily in training and doctrine, management and administration, but we are also investing heavily in technology to make sure that we have a 21st century policing force. Technology is a force multiplier. But what drives the direction of the force is our values. You were trained with an intentional emphasis on human rights and respecting our Constitution in policing. This is not an abstract concept. It is the foundation of legitimate authority. Every Jamaican, rich or poor, powerful or vulnerable, deserves to be treated with dignity. And as your Prime Minister, I demand that every one of you here who will wear the uniform and ascribe unto yourself the authority of the state as an officer of the law, that you must treat every Jamaican with dignity and respect for their rights. A modern police force embodies restraint where necessary, empathy where appropriate, firmness when essential, and fairness at all times. You must protect life, property, and liberty. And you must do so with equal vigilance for all. A Jamaica that is safe but unjust is not the Jamaica we seek. And justice without security cannot flourish. You are therefore entrusted to hold the balance. As you go out to serve the public, remember, it is not the gun that you will carry. It is not the technology that you have. It is not the uniform that you have that gives you the authority. It is the values that you embody and represent. And the people, when you go amongst them in your communities, they will be able to determine, they will know whether you come carrying the principles and the values that you have gotten in your training, or is it that you come to gain respect by fear. I appeal to all the graduates here today and to serving officers that while we are experiencing significant reduction in crime, we must move to a new phase in our development, and that is the phase of sustained peace, where you get compliance without the need to use force. You get compliance because your force, your organization of resources is respected, not from fear, but because the values and principles that you espouse are trusted and clearly seen by the citizens. So today, you will receive diplomas in general policing. After you successfully complete your probationary phase, you will earn associate degrees reflecting the professionalization of policing in Jamaica, recognizing that modern officers are trained, educated, and held to high academic standards. This, yes, I keep saying that the JCF of today is not the JCF of 10, 15, 20 years ago. The JCF of today is a spectacular, phenomenal, well-trained organization in which every Jamaican can be proud. The JCF of today is an intelligent organization. And as you come into the ranks of this transformed institution, you must come in with a mindset of building the organization, improving the organization, deepening the organization. As I inspected you, as I inspected your ranks, I took the time to stop and speak to a few of the graduates. And I asked a standard question. What were you doing before you joined the JCF, and why did you join the JCF? I'm sure that they did not know I was going to ask these questions, but they would suspect that a question of this sort would be asked, and so they were drilled. And they would say, "Good afternoon, Prime Minister, Officer 2614. I joined the JCF because I wanted to serve my country and make a difference." I agree with you. I appreciate that. It is the right answer to give. But I also appreciated the young lady who said, "I joined the JCF because I wanted to set an example for my child." Because ultimately, that's what it comes down to. It is every officer recognizing that they have a duty to their family, to their country, and to the community to be an example. I also appreciated the young man who said that before he joined the JCF, he was a farmer. But he wanted to do, while he appreciated farming, he wanted to do something else with his life. And he found that the JCF was the right institution for him. And I also appreciated the youngster who told me that he was at home for a few years, and then he decided to join the JCF, and I further inquired of him, and he said, "You know, Prime Minister, my father was a policeman, my uncle is a policeman, and my brother is a policeman." So he's continuing the tradition of law enforcement in his family. Gathered here today, are representatives of every aspect of Jamaica, of communities in Jamaica, of experiences in Jamaica. You are Jamaicans, and you are in a position of leadership. Do not let down your family. Do not let down your community. Do not let down your country. The uniform you wear represents authority. Over 150 years of history. The country cannot be transformed without a strong police force. And I stand here today to say, yes, you are ambassadors for the new Jamaica. Wear your uniform proudly. Embody the values and principles that you were taught. We are depending on you. We are relying on you. I want to highlight something else that distinguishes batches 161 and 162. Your work in community-based projects. The JCF's philosophy of community-based policing is not a slogan. It is a strategic commitment to be present, accessible, helpful, and trusted. Crime is not only solved by law enforcement alone. It is reduced when residents become partners, when young people see officers as role models rather than threats, and when communities believe that justice will be served fairly and promptly. Policing is, at its core, a people-centered service. Society does not fear officers who stand with them. Communities do not turn away from institutions that treat them with respect. And criminals lose power when citizens trust the police more than they fear retaliation. Your effectiveness will depend as much on your character as on your competence. Not just your tactical skills, but on your ability to build effective relationships with the people you serve in the communities you serve. The Jamaica you enter today is rebuilding, but we are rebuilding stronger, and you are a part of that strength. The safety of our disaster-affected communities depends on your professionalism, your vigilance, and your willingness to serve with compassion during the long and difficult months of recovery. As I read that line, I reflected on one of your officers in the day after the passage of Hurricane Melissa, and his men and women serving with him, cut off from all communications, no electricity, their station damaged, the entire community destroyed and flooded out, but no one abandoned their post. They were there, wading through the water, coming to meet me at the helicopter, still maintaining law and order, providing shelter in the police station with everyone else. There was no electricity at night, but they were still there policing. They were not fighting crime. They were keeping a community safe. And that is what it means to be an officer of the law, to be a first responder, to be first in the line of any threats, to protect and to serve. And I'm sure the nation, based upon all that I have seen, is grateful to the JCF for how they operated during the passage and the months after the passage of Hurricane Melissa. The JCF is to be credited, and you are not permitted to laugh, including the commissioner walking around with his machete, pretending to cut pathways through. You are not permitted to laugh, including the commissioner, who was there on the first day after, clearing pathways and leading his men to create access. So as you take your place in divisions across the island, you will meet different realities. Some communities remain deeply affected by the legacy of crime and gang violence. Some areas experience high levels of social distrust. Others rely on the police as the only steady institution in their lives. Your uniform gives legal authority, but only by your conduct will you earn moral authority. In every interaction, you must respect the law you enforce. You must model the discipline you expect of others. You must reject corruption in all forms, and you must represent the JCF with honor. People must see integrity reflected in your choices. Jamaica does not need officers who follow the crowd. It needs officers who lead quietly, consistently, and by example. There is a lot coded in this line, and I think I will indulge myself to give even further elucidation. There may be certain values in the society, certain expectations of our officers to behave in particular ways. And while it may actually be happening, and we see these things in front of us on a daily basis, these are not the principles and values to which the JCF aspires. And officers, regardless of what the common knowledge is, and the common understanding is, and the common behavior is, and the common expectations are, you must always aspire to the highest standards. In particular, when you wear your uniform. When you wear your uniform, you must act according to the values and principles of the uniform, no matter what is popular, no matter what is going to get you likes, no matter what other people think. You represent an institution that has values that it is placing before the public. It may not meet them all the time, but it must continue to aspire to them. And you must not undermine it, regardless of how people think it is popular. Graduates, today is a beginning, not an end. The oath you take will follow you into every station, every patrol, every investigation, and every community action. You have joined a vocation, a calling to protect the innocent, uphold the law, resist wrongdoing, and advance justice. The measure of your career will not be the rank you attain, but the lives you protect, the conflict you diffuse, the trust you build, and the communities that thrive because you stood your ground. As you march past today, I saw the pride in your faces and a lot of sweat, but I saw the pride. You represent a force moving towards excellence. You represent a country determined to become safer, stronger, and more resilient. and you represent the hope for the future where Jamaica's children can grow up free from fear. On behalf of the government of Jamaica and the people of Jamaica, congratulations. Serve with honor, serve with discipline, serve with courage, and serve with unwavering commitment to making Jamaica the safe, secure, and just society that our people deserve. May God bless you, and may God bless the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
We want to thank our Prime Minister for such an insightful presentation and for the charge given to the graduates, particularly as it relates to the technological ecosystems that supports our service delivery, while encouraging them to be bearers of moral authority.
Psalm 9, verse 1, I will give thanks to you, O Lord. With all my heart, I will tell all your wonderful deeds. We now invite our Chief Chaplain of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Pastor Dr. Gary Boudou Fletcher, to commit these 287 constables to the throne of grace.
Let me say congratulations, batches 161 and 162. You have done well. And yes, feel free to applaud the batches. And as you go, we want to make sure God's presence is with you. God's protection is over you. So let us take a posture of reverence as we pray. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this afternoon and for the gift of life, strength and perseverance that has brought batches 161 and 162 to this passing out parade and graduation ceremony. Lord, we ask your richest blessing upon each constable. Cover them with your protection and place your hand upon their minds, their hearts, and their choices. Grant them wisdom that is sound, judgment that is fair, and courage that is steady. Let integrity be their standard, discipline their habit, and humility their posture. Where pressure will come, give them calm. Where fear will rise, give them clarity. Where temptation will appear, give them strength to stand firm and to do what is right. Father, anoint them to serve with honor and compassion. Help them to see people not as statistics, but as lives you value. Teach them to enforce the law with firmness and respect, to de-escalate conflict with maturity, and to protect the valuable and vulnerable among us with urgency. Make them instruments of peace in their communities, and let their presence contribute to safety, order, and confidence across Jamaica. We also lift up their families and loved ones, some of whom are here this afternoon. Reward every sacrifice, every prayer, and every late night of support. Give home stability, joy, and unity, and let these constables never be ashamed to seek help, counsel, and cover when the job becomes heavy. Bless the instructors, commanders, and leaders here at the NPCJ. Continue to strengthen the training and the standards, the values that shape each recruit. So, Lord, give the leadership of the JCF wisdom to guide, to mentor, to correct, and to protect the men and women who serve. Lord, as batches 161 and 162 step forward into active duty, go before them and surround them. Keep them from harm, keep them from corruption, and keep them anchored in purpose. Let their careers be marked by meaningful service, righteous decisions, and lives saved through timely action. Use them, O God, to bring hope where there is fear, stability where there is disorder, and justice that reflects your heart. And so today we commit them to you, and we declare your blessing over their future. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Let everyone say, Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain, for your uplifting prayer. May the words shared continue to guide and inspire us as we celebrate this important milestone. And from where he stands, the Chief Drill Instructor, Sergeant O'Shane Lennon, has given the instruction for the batches to get moving again, both those who are on parade and those persons coming out to serve. If you observe carefully, you will notice that they are already on their way to serve again, batches 161 and 162. Keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen.
By the sound of the drum and the activities we're seeing at this time, it should indicate that we are transitioning once more to another segment, rather the final segment of the graduation exercise here this afternoon. The members of batch 165 did a particular drill earlier, and at this time they will be undoing what was done when they first came onto the parade square.
I want to use this opportunity to figuratively salute the members of the drill team who have worked assiduously in preparing these new members of the JCF in the form of batch 165, in preparing them in such short notice to be able to give you this awesome display. We want to say thank you to the drill team.
As my dear colleague said earlier, there is a drill for everything we do at the National Police College of Jamaica. Keep the applause going, ladies and gentlemen. As the members of batch 165 exit the parade square, we can see the parade commander and his team also preparing themselves to return to the parade square as they will continue to provide guidance to the members of batches 161 and 162.
And without a word of command given, the parade commander and his team, along with all the members of the graduating group, has been activated into another fine display of precision and drill, seamlessly. Watch carefully as all the squad instructors come to a stop front and center of the squad they represent. You'll hear sounds of commands being given out there. Each squad instructor is giving the word of command, party halt.
Party will advance. Right and left. Done. Parade. Shoulder. Arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
Parade will advance in review order by the center. Quick march. Parade. General salute. Present. Arms. Parade. Shoulder. Arms. Parade. Order. Arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Parade commander has approached, saw it again, and have received permission to march off the parade, but knowing how we do it here at the National Police College, it will not be just basic. Stand by to be wowed.
Dressing in close order. Roll. Dress. Front. Party. Right and left. Then. Party by the center. Quick march.
The parade commander has instructed his deputies and inspectors on parade, as also the squad commanders, to exit the parade square. And only the members of batches 161 and 162 will remain. They are excited. I think they're a little nervous. I think they want to ensure that their family members enjoy what is coming up next.
During the next activity, feel free to cheer them on. They have rehearsed night and day, sun and rain, to put the show on for you.
Parade by the center. Quick march.
It's time for that very captivating display. Ladies and gentlemen, please watch the constables on parade. They will be demonstrating precision They'll be using the foot drills, they'll be using the rifle drills. And of course, this is included with creative choreography, which showcases the constable's dedication and skill.
From the 3 ranks they were in, they have formed 2 ranks, ladies and gentlemen, without you even noticing.
And as they retired, they went back from 2 ranks to 3 ranks. And if you look closely, you'll observe that all members have grounded their rifles.
They've turned about and they've marched 7 steps. And now they are demonstrating various forms of drill as displayed right here in front of you. Pacings, turnings at the halt. And these are movements that they learned at the beginning stages of their training as they are taught the fundamentals of drill.
And they're moving once more. And at this time, the odd and even numbers will be facing each other as they continue to demonstrate various forms of drill.
As the squads realign, the formation, of course, they are demonstrating balance, leadership within the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
And this is what they call the checkers and chess movements. And they're doing so seamlessly.
This calculated movement reflects strategy, foresight, and tactical thinking in addressing modern crime challenges.
They've now transitioned to forming 6 asterisk. And of course, this formation symbolizes unity and diversity as the squads continue to move together to demonstrate nothing but excellence.
By now, you'd think that they've lost sight of where their weapons were left. But with the kind of precision we do here at NPCJ, look at them. Just go back to their rifles and retrieve same. Come on, put your hands together for them. This is amazing. The return of the rifles signify readiness and the unwavering duty to protect life and the property.
And with the rifles in hand, they are transitioning once more. And if you look at the screen, I think I see sub 700. Put your hands together for the members of batches 161 and 162. And this, of course, this formation recognizes the Jamaica Constabulary Force's significant contributions in crime reduction, particularly as the nation records fewer than 700 crimes. For ladies and gentlemen, an important milestone in strengthening public safety and national security through continued partnership with the citizenry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Our distinguished guests, as we bring this memorable occasion to a close, let us pause to reflect on the remarkable achievements and the defining moments we have witnessed here today.
To our graduates, this ceremony marks far more than the completing of your training. It signals the beginning of a distinguished calling in service to your communities and to our nation. You have demonstrated perseverance, resilience, and unwavering dedication, hallmarks of officers entrusted with the protection of justice, order, and public safety.
As was mentioned by our Prime Minister, the badge you now wear is not merely a symbol of authority, but a solemn pledge to lead with integrity, defend the vulnerable, and uphold the highest ideals of the law enforcement profession. Let compassion shape your interactions, courage steady your resolve, and integrity guide every decision you make.
To the families and loved ones present, your steadfast support and quiet sacrifices have been instrumental in this achievement. Your encouragement will remain a vital source of strength as these officers step forward to meet the demands of their calling.
To the instructors, the mentors, and the leaders, we extend our deepest appreciation for your commitment to continuously molding these young officers into disciplined, ethical, and capable officers. I'm sure your influence will resonate throughout their professional lives.
Finally, to our audience, thank you for your sharing in this proud and historic moment as these officers embark on their journey to service and sacrifice. Let us continue to stand with them, support them, and believe in their mission to serve and protect with honor and distinction.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd also like to thank some persons who have made significant contributions to the successful event we had here this afternoon. We'd like to start by acknowledging the Jamaica Constabulary Force Band under the leadership of the band master, ASP Andrew Comrie.
We also want to thank the DWTT members who have provided security.
We want to acknowledge the Property Management and Logistics Department. They have been very instrumental in ensuring we have our tents and barriers, rather, for this afternoon's occasion.
Our Constabulary Communication Network. I'm sure many persons across the globe are able to enjoy today's activities and ceremony because of your expertise and your willingness to show your capabilities in technology.
We also want to thank the members of the external media who have also played a very significant role here this afternoon in helping to broadcast the activities here at the National Police College.
The National Police College of Jamaica's IT department, we thank you for your continued service in making sure that we are always on the cutting edge of technology in service to our nation.
The Medical Services Branch, very important to our activities as well. We want to thank them.
The Chair Squad, they're making their way, doing another role in this significant occasion. And we want to say thank you, Batch 165, for what you have done as a contribution to today's proceedings.
To the participants of the Officers and Inspector Development Program who have also contributed to the success of the events, we say thank you.
Family, friends, and well-wishers, a big thank you. Without you, today would not look the same, and we want you to know we appreciate you.
We want to also acknowledge the members of the cafeteria who ensured that everyone who is on duty here today was properly refreshed, and that's also a very significant part of the activities that have been taking place.
And to those who have joined us online via the different social media platforms, it was our pleasure to have you.
As we close this afternoon's event, I'd like to acknowledge my ever-faithful co-host, Sergeant Selvin Smith. It continues to be a pleasure of mine to share the stage and this platform with you for all of these occasions where we celebrate with our graduates.
I'm humbled Detective Sergeant Shermaine Hassock, and it has been my pleasure, and I always look forward to serving with you in this capacity.
By way of notice to the family, friends, loved ones who are here with us this afternoon, we're sure you're excited to see your loved ones. However, they will be participating in an official photo session with some of our specially invited guests. So we want you to give them another 30 minutes or so to get their official photos taken, after which they will be available to interact with you. You have been a wonderful bunch, and we want to thank you for being here with us this afternoon.
So in the meantime, you can go ahead and take a seat until the graduates have been taken through the list of activities just mentioned by my colleague.
We also want to notify you that as you seek to leave the compound of the National Police College, ladies and gentlemen, based on the amount of you that are here celebrating with us, there will be a bit of traffic as you head out, but I assure you, we will be doing our best to have you exit the property, the facility, as quickly as possible when you are ready to do so. Thanks again for being here with us, and God bless you all.